Hello, my name's Nicole. I blog at Dabblingallday, and this is my fourth video chatting about knitting, what I'm working on at the moment. So let's get into it. I do not have tea today because I'm taking full advantage of having a little bit of baby free time. My mum has whipped Arthur off into town so I could have a shower, and I had a very quick shower so that I could then record this little video as well. So I will be brief because who knows when they will be back. They might be back sooner rather than later. So a little bit of knitting talk. The socks that I was working on last time, I was working on a pair of Walkerville socks. They are done. They were off the needles a few weeks ago now. And they've actually been worn and they need a wash, so I won't show you those today because they're looking a little bit grotty. But the other finish that I've made are the scrappy socks that I was knitting for the new to me knit along, the wool gathering new to me knit along. So they are off the needles, so I'll show you those now. I'm pretty excited. This was my first afterthought heel, so I knit the entire sock just as a tube, and then I had a little piece of scrap yarn for the heel, just marking where the heel would be, so I pulled that out and picked up my live stitches and knit the heel, which is really clever. I didn't kind of understand how it worked before I actually started looking into it, I guess, which is fair enough. You can't know something before you know it, but it's kind of knit almost like a toe. It's pretty much exactly like a toe actually, but it's a heel. And because you've got the stitches like that, it ends up being a heel. I really like it because it matches the toe really nicely. Obviously, like it's got this beautiful little line. Toes have these, line of increases there, or decreases rather, and the heel has exactly the same. So it's a nice little kind of mitered edge finish, which I really like. I haven't worn them a lot yet, and I'll show you why in a second. But that when I've put them on to take some photos and things like that, and they seemed really comfortable, so I'm hoping that they're really comfortable forever, I'm a little bit worried about the structural integrity of this heel, but then again, I guess I tend to wear socks out here across the ball of the foot, not so much the heel. So though I do have a pair with a hole in the back of the heel, so we'll see how they wear. If not, I will be darning away. The reason I haven't been wearing them is because of their scrappy nature, because I just grabbed the next scrap of yarn. I have so many ends to sew in on these bad boys, so I don't know that I'll be wearing them anytime soon, because I really don't, I just can't make time for that when there's so many other things to knit, In saying that, I still have so many scraps to use, so I don't think I really made a dent with this pair of socks. Like, it's a decent pair of socks, they fit me really well, but I have tiny feet, so they've used up nothing at all. So I have naturally cast on another pair of scrappy socks straight away. I'm doing them, I think I'm going to do them exactly the same, in that I'm knitting them top down. I'm going to do an afterthought heel again. I'm using this gorgeous green again, which I used for the ribbing in the other socks. I just love it. There's little dark bits in it, and when I knit them, they just make me really happy. Again, that was the little skein of Circus Tonic yarn on Tandy 4-ply Polworth that Hannah dyed for the wool gathering gift bags earlier in the year in May, and I just love it. Anyway, I'm using that again. I'm using it up the top of my sock because I don't know how well it will wear in a shoe, but so it just gets to sit up the top and look pretty. And I'm doing a couple of things different with these socks though. I'm knitting them in a continental style, which I've never done before, and it's tedious because it's different. It's kind of like trying to learn to write with my left hand. I'm right-handed, so it's slow going. This was like, this little green section was like more than a night's worth of knitting. I did keep putting it down a little bit because I was kind of like, oh, this is slow, but my hope is that it'll speed up my knitting in the long run. I just need to stick with it. So this whole pair of socks, with the exception of the ribbing, because I just want to learn to knit continentally first before I kind of start to purl. Though the way that I'm holding my yarn and things, I believe, is quite, I guess it's easier to learn to purl from that way. There are the research that I did, it looked like there were certain ways you could hold the yarn that would make it very difficult to purl. So I want to know how to purl, so I've set it up so that hopefully I should be able to purl pretty easily from when I feel like it. You know, when I feel like learning that way, I will be ready to go. Anyway, my tension isn't particularly even, and I think I may need to go down a needle, down a needle size. I need to go a bit smaller needle because it's quite loose. I'm generally quite a tight knitter, so this is new. This is a loose tension. What is that? But yeah, it's looking okay. The other thing I'm doing differently is, rather than having Endapalooza when I'm finished, I have joined my yarn already. So I used a Russian join, which is really cool. And yeah, I really like the finish. There's a little end sticking out that I probably need to trim off, but I think I'll wait until I knit it and then I'll trim the end off, because I'll see how it, you know, wears in and things like that first. But yeah, so I just did kind of like arm lengths of yarn. I did 7 for each colour, and then I've joined them together and then rolled it into a ball. So it's really cool. You can see, obviously I've got the blue, and then there's a bit of orange, and then there's the white gum, bluey, greeny, brown in there. There's the bright pink that I use for the heels of my sock, and then underneath that is probably the last colour you can see, which is a little bit of Circus Tonic yarn again. It's Magpie Lark, which is left over from some socks that I knit for my husband Ben, which he still hasn't worn, so he's never getting socks again, because he has giant feet. They took me forever. I also had a baby in the meantime, so that might have been why they took a while, but doesn't matter. I know now he doesn't wear socks. Jumpers, he's all over, so maybe he'll get another jumper in his future if I ever get over knitting socks. I'm loving knitting socks at the moment. Yeah, I'm a bit obsessed with sock knitting currently, as you can probably tell. It's really all I have to talk about today. The little vest that I was knitting, I think I showed last time, maybe even the time before. Haven't really done much on it at all. Maybe another row or two. I took it away. We went away last week, and I took it away with me. Didn't come out of the car. I was too obsessed with socks and walking and, yeah, hanging out with the fam, which was really nice. Anyway, what have you been knitting at the moment? What are you working on? Have you been knitting socks? I do care about things other than socks, I promise. If you want to leave me a comment on my blog or on the YouTube channel here, I would love to hear what you've been working on. I feel like there's a few knitting kind of things that I go to in real life that I haven't been to for a while, so I feel like I'm missing my knitting chats. So come chat with me about knitting, please. Otherwise, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.